WABG, the Delta's leading news source.
Hello and welcome to the ABC 6 News webcast. Well, the Delta recovering from Wednesday night storms in one of the hardest hit areas in Humphreys County. A number of homes in the small town of Louise obliterated with tornado-like conditions overnight. High winds overturning 18-wheelers and homes ripped from their foundations, being thrown some 200 feet. What remains now are personal contents scattered across fields and a number of residents trying to pick up the pieces of their lives.
The 10-year-old woke up because she heard a big thump. And so when she got ready to run into the living room to go to her mama's room, the floor caved in on her. She heard her little sister screaming, "Help me, Mia, help me." So she went to the back to get her little sister, and she went through the floor. They went through the floor to get out the house.
Oh, injuries aside, thankfully no lives were lost, but a number of residents report now being homeless as emergency service workers and insurance agents assess the damage. Well, back here in the Port City, a long and tedious cleanup is expected. Traffic lights at the intersection of Highway 82 East and Broadway torn to shreds, left dangling from the power lines. Also, large trees uprooted and knocked onto a busy stretch of the highway. City crews spending most of Thursday morning clearing out the debris. Elsewhere, Delta Grind and hair tenders on Main Street had windows blown out, and residentially, neighborhoods littered with trees uprooted in yards and in some cases toppling over onto rooftops. Well, in sports, 3 Delta players traveling to Alabama to play for their state in 2 months. Rosedale's Kalo Moore, Charleston's Cameron Myers, and Kent Flowers of Simmons announced Wednesday to the roster for the annual Mississippi-Alabama All-Star Game. This year played on December 15th in Montgomery. Moore and Flowers both Mississippi State commits, while Myers drawing interest from all of the state's big 3. This year will be the 26th matchup between the best Mississippi and Alabama have to offer. Alabama's won the last 4 in a row. Meanwhile, rosters also announced for the Bernard Blackwell All-Star Game pitting North Mississippi against the South. 6 Delta players selected to the North team, including a pair of teammates in Grenada's Payne Horan and Trey Bledsoe, and Charleston's Tilmus Bradford and Deshadrick Truly. Also selected, Rosedale's William Lloyd and Eastside's Michael Hearns. Blackwell All-Star Game, December 22nd in Gulfport. You'll see it live here on ABC 6. And finally, the MAIS reveals new classifications for 2013 and running through 2015. Impacts 4 Delta schools shifting classes, 3 joining the AA ranks. Lee Academy returns to AA after a few years up in AAA, while both Bayou Academy and Winona Christian move up from Single A. Carroll Academy will drop down to Class A beginning next fall.
You've been watching the Delta's #1 news source,